Hey, what's up, good people? How you doing? Welcome back to Stock Up with Larry Jones. We are going to get right into it. Go ahead, hit that like, subscribe, and that notification bell, and make sure it's checked for all. Let's get right into it, okay? Let me just say, hey guys, I have a splitting migraine headache, but we gotta eat. All right, let's get right to it. There's some stock that I want to talk about. Okay, there's some stock that I want to talk about, and we may chat at the end. We looked at a few stock this morning. I went live even with the headache, so thank you guys for bearing with me. Talk about the struggle bus, but we looked at APLD. We'll look at that in a minute, okay? And we just want to talk about the overall market. Now, I got a lot of windows here, right? So let's go over this first. Let's start here, right? And let's see what the day did. So for the day, the S&P 36 points, the Nasdaq gave us 202 points, and the Dow gave us 12 points. But it is now, the Dow is now 50K, right? It hit 25K about 7 years ago, I believe. Now we are already at 50K for the Dow. And after we had that sell-off, that looked pretty good. We dipped pretty low the other day, right? And then I talked about opportunity. Now, on my last video, I always say this. I said this 2 videos ago in the car when I was in Studio C with the beige seats. There's always opportunity in chaos. That was my focal point. Look for opportunity when it's chaos. And we had the sell-off, right? And so I told you guys I was buying the same 3 ETFs that I've been buying. VUG, QQQ, and GRNY. And there is a emerging market ETF that I also start buying, meaning, other countries. And so with ETFs, I go in heavy. When I say heavy, I buy 80% of my investments, long-term investments. Over the last year and a half, I shifted to these ETFs because I was riding the AI train just like anybody else. You guys saw the plays we were posting here. Did a lot of swing trades, made a lot of money. And now we're really focusing on long term. Now, I've had some long term ETFs for many years. Guys, I've had VOO, QQQ, the ones we've been talking about, VTI. And I'm more focused on these because AI and software, though those are the 2 that got hit the worst last week, it's not over. AI is not over. Software is not over. You're going to see these big tech companies actually come back. Okay, so let's go right into here. So here we have VUG. Now let's go here. Okay, and you could see that these are all down over the last 5 days. These ETFs that I've been buying, but you can see that they're up for today. So we bought in this range. We bought here and we bought here, right? And I showed you guys why. For those of you that are in Money Moves, I gave you a wonderful video on how and why I buy. It's a long video. I want you to watch it all, okay? So watch it all, please. All right? Of course, you guys get the notifications when I'm actually buying. Now, let's go to the ETF VUG. Don't sleep on them. Sorry about that. Let's go to VUG. We can't sleep on these opportunities. So it may not look like much, but it actually fell 5%, right? So it fell 5%, and we bought here, but we bought heavier here, and then we bought again here, right? And so now we're up 3% on the last 5 days, still down 2%. So we're up 3%. But you got to understand this about these ETFs. All the while, we're down for the month. But if you zoom out, they're literally going up. They're just stair stepping up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. But when you zoom out to the max, you will see all the while they have been going up. And so we have these short-term panics. And when I see the panic and people are running from, I actually start running too. Okay, so now GRNY, same deal. Over the last 5 days, if we go from the bottom, if you were buying even here, February 5th, you would be up 5.3% on an entire ETF, okay, that has a lot of the stock that you are buying individually. It's in this ETF, right? And it is weighted. I want you to go in and Google what's in this ETF. I showed you guys before. We're not going to cover it now because we got to keep it moving. Now, there was one that had an opportunity. Before I go to that, I want to talk about some of these Bitcoin stock that are leveraged, right? Bitcoin leverage strategy, ETH leverage, Bitmine. Okay. Now, a lot of you guys, had you got it, I didn't buy any. Like I said, I'm done. For those of you that did buy on the 5th, you talking about a slingshot, all right? So let's just go to strategy alone, okay? Let's see, is that strategy? Yep, just strategy alone, you would be up 30% on strategy. But the next time crypto goes down, it's leveraged, okay? And so Josh said he was buying some. I did not buy any. I'm done with those, like I forestated, for the cycle. Why? You only have so much capital. And I'm taking this opportunity to buy more ETFs. That's what I'm doing. Why? I'm not selling these ETFs. I'm going to retire on these ETFs, okay? All right. So many years from now, when I retire, I'm going to be retiring on these ETFs and they're going to pay me well. All right, so let's talk about the one stock I really want to talk about. And I just believe that this has a lot of opportunity, and it is HIMS, okay? Ticker symbol HIM. So it's HIMS and hers. And I want you guys to know, like they said, I've been wanting to get with you, HIMS and hers. I wanted some of this, but I missed it. And it just kept running. And I wanted to get in. I wanted an opportunity. Well, that opportunity actually came this morning. Now, I want you to see why we start buying, okay? And when I saw it, it was almost near the bottom. And I grabbed a few shares, but then I had to take some time to make sure the family was fed and money moves and do a deep dive, which took a while, okay? So we didn't get it at the bottom, but we bought some, and I'm going to show you why we bought some. Okay, so here we got HIMS, and we could see that. I want you to know that on February the 5th, while the market was selling off, HIMS and hers launched their generic version of the GLP-1, the weight loss pill. Now, you guys know these Ozempic and all of the ones that you're taking the shot. Now they have a pill. Well, Novo had the pill first, and HIMS and hers kind of ripped it. And it was a infringement, right? It was a patent infringement. And they were like, no, y'all need to take this down. And so they got in trouble. So they disbanded the pill immediately. So they just launched it on the 5th, as you can see. Now, they had been teasing that they were going to launch it, right? And then they launched it on the 5th. So what I want you guys to see is this is the 5th right here. So they launched it on the 5th. I'm on the daily. They launched it on the 5th. It was $22. And I want to show you guys where I was waiting to actually buy it, right? Where I was waiting to get into some HIMS and hers. It was right here. This is what I was looking at. This was going to be my buy zone, all right, from 1685 down to 1576. That was going to be my beginning buy zone. Well, what happened? We hit it. We actually came down, and when we were looking at it this morning, where my money move was at, when we were looking at HIMS this morning, it came all the way down and it wicked down. Let's see here. Let's Let's move that over here. As you can see, it wicked down all the way down to $16.35. And we were looking at $17 actually. So here's my buy zone, but it was actually my buy zone was from 17 on down. And when we saw it this morning, it was on 17. So if we go back, let's just go back to the 2-day. You could see that it went all the way up and all the way down. Now, I want you guys to see that this is a major move, right? The last time it was in this zone, this thing skyrocketed 344%. This thing absolutely skyrocketed. But then what happened? It came down. So the last peak high, from the last peak high down to the buy zone of where it is now, we lost about 70%. So it ran up and it got beat down, right? And so I want you guys to do what you need to do to see what's happening with this company. I did not, AKA, load the boat. I didn't do that, all right? I bought some because, as you can see, it was on a downtrend down, right? So let's see what happened. Novo Nordisk sued Hims and Hers over copycat version of the weight loss drug. This is what we talked about, and this is what happened, okay? So Novo estimates in January that as many as 1.5 million Americans are using the compounded GLP-1 drugs. And let's face it, here in America, we're lazy, we're obese, and we want the easiest way out. Not the shot, and the pill, right? Now, everybody's not. A lot of people are doing this because they couldn't lose weight. There's health issues, and some people simply can't lose weight. But one or two of y'all can't put that hamburger down, all right? Let's just call it what it is, all right? So I'm interested in that stock, Hims and Hers, and I like it in this price range, okay? So lastly, I want to go over what happened today. Got to talk about it, good people. So we could see I struck some levels this morning. This is the SPY. As you can see, the SPY came these levels. I don't give every morning. This week, I'm going to give Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Right out of the gate, I'm on a 5-minute. It hit my level, boom. So if you were early, you got this. Ran up, came down, and then rested right on my level. On the SPY, same deal. Out of the gate, took off, and then broke out of morning structure and just came up, blew right past my level, came up, and then wound up resting right back on it, okay? APLD is another one that went up 9.47%. It was actually up over 10% at some point. And as you could see, it blew up, hit my first level, hit my second level. Ding, ding, you would have made money on a call, and then it rested, okay? So come join us. I give these in money moves about 3 times a week, sometimes Monday, Wednesday, Friday, sometimes Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, okay? We got jobs data coming this week, and we got CPI. I believe that CPI got postponed from last week, and I believe that's going to be on Friday, good people. All right. So come join us in Money Moves as we continue to make money and learn. We're learning and we're earning at the same time. But come this summer, all of us that are learning right now, we're going to be really, really earning. Okay. That's going to be the top link below. Love you guys. Pray for this headache, and I'll see you later. Live, love, laugh, and learn.